I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. I hold my chest when I drop these. Once upon us, smoke unconscious, go ponder trauma responses. No return to sender to you bones to pick. Devil on his own agenda, fully loaded when it renders. This that lonely bender on the strip. Feeling solo at the party and the low he's dipped. D totaled the whip, best way it could go. Last know is the Van Wick, he evaded the nose. Don't call a coyote ugly or a pony quick. Do remember, it's all heard, elephants don't forget. I want the do they even make those 40 years shorty blowing smoke rings across the lawn, you know the gist. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here.
I settle. Listen. And it's a beautiful thing, but
Peace, Oakland. So Oakland's corruption has finally come full circle. A new civil rights complaint lays it bare. For years, our city has shut out Black and Latino and women-owned businesses from contracts, funneling nearly all of the money to a handful of white-owned male firms. In Oakland, the city knew it, they had the data, and they still signed the fraudulent certificate to keep state and federal dollars flowing. That's not negligence. That's called fraud. And now, with City Attorney Ryan Richardson's big idea to save themselves, using our taxpayer dollars to pay for criminal defense lawyers when city officials finally get caught. You heard that right, now think about that. First, they rigged the system to exclude Oakland's own entrepreneurs. Then they lied to Sacramento and Washington to keep the money coming. And when the subpoenas land, when the feds and the attorney general show up, they want us, taxpayers, to cover their legal bills. And we're going bankrupt, mostly because of city attorney's office. This isn't governance, it's racketeering with a city seal of approval. Oakland doesn't just have a budget problem, we have a corruption problem. And the city attorney, Ryan Richardson, just told us what side he's on. So let's dive deep into this. Let me read this first for everybody to see it. Hold on, let me add it to the stage. All right, if it's the first time you've seen this, prepare to get a little bit angry. Hot off the press yesterday, subject, legal defense of city officers and employees in criminal proceedings from the office of a city attorney, that is Ryan Richardson. Now remember, I told you guys Ryan Richardson has been a criminal for a long time. I told you, he allowed the mayor to take 2 illegal votes on legislation a month after she was recalled, and then scheduled the ceremony she's no longer the mayor for the end of that? We can get to that later, but that's not even the tip of the iceberg. He's engaged in lawfare against the recallers. He has signed loyalty pledges to Sierra Club and No Coal in Oakland, while pushing lawsuits that are eventually going to bankrupt us. Remember, I've said it many, many times that when it happens, don't act all surprised. All right, recommendations. Adopt a resolution delegating authority to the city attorney or their designee to facilitate and authorize the legal defense of city officers and employees in criminal proceedings for acts of omission within the scope of their official duties upon making findings required by Government Code Section 995.8 and subject to ratification by the Oakland City Council as soon as practicable. They were trying to push it through. On October 16th, the Rules Committee agreed to it. Is there a conflict of interest in voting on paid lawyers for yourself when you know you're facing criminal allegations? How does that work? How does that work? Okay, back to, let's get back to what I think this is about. I think this is about this document right here. Now take along, we're gonna go into it. But this is, and I'll put it in the chat later, this is a report on systemic discrimination and fraud in the city of Oakland contracting from 2017 to 2024. And there's a prosecutorial, I probably didn't say that right, prosecutorial roadmap for civic rights enforcement and anti-fraud actions, September 10, 2025. Now, y'all remember how Gene Hazard had been, I'd be worried about the man. I'd be thinking he's going to stroke out, but Gene has a strong heart. Thank you, Gene Hazard. He is in the city council meeting, every single one of them, hammering down that they are violating the law. He said it many times. He gave them plenty of warnings. And now Gene Hazard and the Latino Business Association are taking action. Let me get rid of that banner so you can see the whole thing. All right. So let's go through this document real quick so I can get up out of here. Then I have one more thing to show you to quantify that the more arrests and indictments are very likely coming. And I think they're going to be involving Carol Fife and Harold Duffy and Ryan Richardson, who's doing this to save his own self. And so for the past 7 years, the City of Oakland's public contracting practices have systemically shut out Black-owned, Latino-owned, and women-owned businesses from their fair share of city contracts. Well, our investigation finds that city officials not only knew about these disparities, but knowingly falsified compliance with the civil rights laws in order to continue receiving state and federal funds. This report presents evidence, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is long. I really don't have time to read it all. But you need to know that it exists. And this, I believe this is the reason behind these upcoming federal indictments. That's what I believe. We'll see. Time will tell. Here's something else I found very, very interesting. East Bay Insiders yesterday. Alameda County DA on East Bay scandals. There will be politicians that find a way into my office. Not just Gentiles. So appointed Alameda County DA Ursula Jones Dixon worries about corruption, dirty money, threatened politics. Dirty money, threatened. Come on, man. Steve Tavares, I thought that was me. Threatening, Steve. Threatening. Fix your copy, bro. It's all good. I love you anyway. Morning Buzz. Yesterday morning, that is. And if you're not subscribed to East Bay Insider, you may want to go ahead and spend that $30 a year so you know what's going on. The FBI's widening probe into East Bay politics has already triggered raised indictments and whispers of more to come. Now, Alameda County's top cop is bracing for elected officials to land on her desk. Appointed Alameda County District Attorney Ursula Jones Dixon, who took over from recalled District Attorney Pamela Price. Thank us for that. Got her up out of here. That's Soros DA. Ursula Jones Dixon's up for election next June. Make sure you vote for her. Says she expects local politicians to be swept up in a federal dragnet. Whew. There will be, I'm just sure the way things are going, politicians that find my way into my office, and that's unfortunate. At some point, there's a course correction, and when we start realizing that, you can't be beholden to people's requests, needs, and demands. Fife, we call Fife. You see that sign above my left shoulder? She's the culprit. I got something else to read to y'all real quick. I'm not going to share my screen because it's kind of private, but I'm just going to read out a whistleblower's report real quick that I think that you may find very interesting give some context to Carol Fife's role in this. And then I want you to tell me what you think. Okay. So if you watched the Rules Committee video last week, Rules and Legislation Committee on September 25th at 10:30 a.m., you will see Fife take a crazy unilateral action to keep the security contract RFP in play, which the committee was trying to kill. This is the same security contract I talked about with Harold Duffy and Allied, and it's also been implicated in the federal dossier for Chantal's recall and federal corruption charges. Fife has been participating in decisions on the security contract in Rules, and then in Public Works Committee when council members coincidentally joined representing a quorum requiring convening of a special city council meeting. However, since the special city council meeting was not publicly noticed, no action could be taken by the council. They tried to, but Gene Hazard was there to stop them. A big push in 2024-2025 has been to steer the contract away from being awarded to Allied, which was against the staff recommendation to award it to Marina. Remember, this is a $45 million contract, the same one that Harold Duffy nerfed from being awarded to Allied in 2023. We've covered that in the Duffy dossier. Harold Duffy was so shook about us covering it, he tried to file a restraining order and got laughed out of court. Harold Duffy, I see you, little bitch ass. Anyway, if you look at Fife's donors, you will see multiple contributions from an individual named Tedeschi, who as family members obviously would benefit if the family business were awarded this $45 million contract. I'm going to show you that in a second. I will show you that. The most vocal council members in support of Marina have been Fife, Councilmember Houston, and Wayne. Gallo supported Marina and ABC. So there's an Oakland side article highlighting that Allied subsidiary performs work for ICE. So they should be qualified under the Oakland Sanctuary City policy that was timed and released. Remember I told you about Oakland side's uncanny timing and precision in all things political, how they always seem to serve the progressive cabal? And remember how I told you how Oakland side shares the exact same funders, Tides Foundation, Open Society, that funds the progressive cabal? Why are they still a nonprofit? If you haven't filed a complaint to the IRS against Oakland side, I highly encourage you to do so. This whistleblower believes that was an obvious attempt to manipulate the contract award. And I'm not going to pull up the Oakland side article because I don't like to give any attention to Saudi side, but you should know that they're playing some games. Okay, let's look at Carol Fife's finances so you can see what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to get up out of here and get back to work. Okay, here you have Carol Fife's financial donation from her last campaign. We are looking for Tedeschi, Edom Tedeschi, project coordinator, 600. Connie Tedeschi, Bethany Tedeschi. So who are the Tedeschi's? Who are they? Let me look it up. Oh, yes, of course. Let's see. Am I sharing this? Okay, I am sharing that. I'm going to make sure you guys are all seeing who these people are. To the business, and do they have any dealings with the security company? I have to dig a little deeper on that. We'll do that and prepare for that before we come back. But yeah, pay for play as usual. There will be some more people being indicted. And my guess is going to be Ryan Richardson, Harold Duffy, and Carol Fife. Maybe some others. And if that happens, remember who told y'all first. So now we have undeniable proof right here that Oakland plans to use our taxpayer dollars to defend elected officials from criminal proceedings, so they don't have to use their own money. This is, again, coming at a time when the city of Oakland is going bankrupt. It comes at a time where our likely bankruptcy will be due to the City Attorney's Department swearing loyalty pledges to environmentalists and keeping the no coal in Oakland lawsuit going for 9 years, which is going to cost us. We already lost it, so coal is going to flow anyway. And then these subleasing Insight Terminal Solutions is suing the city of Oakland for $1 billion in Kentucky bankruptcy court. We're going to lose that too. We're going to lose it. I just don't see how we get out of that when we interjected in that bankruptcy case at no interest of taxpayers. It was nothing to do with us. We stuck our nose into someone else's bankruptcy, submitted a 12-page brief claiming that there was no valid lease, and so therefore that company were idiots to go ahead and put so much money into a single interested company formed for the sole purpose of shipping coal from Utah to Oakland. But as it turns out, that lease was valid. So it's kind of like, well, not kind of like, the city of Oakland lied to the bankruptcy court. The bankruptcy court took those lies as face value. They awarded a company valued at over $1 billion, a paltry, 40, 80 million, under $100 million, less than a tenth of what they were valued at on Wall Street. And it was predicated on that lease not being valid. The same judge is now saying, you lied to me. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, did I mention that the city of Oakland had failed to respond to any financial disclosure and accusations of hiding assets, mainly the Coliseum? Yeah, so it's all gonna come out. And when it comes out, remember who told you first. Anyway, we got problems, Oakland. City council gets to vote on this. If city council passes this, every single person who votes for this is probably gonna be indicted themselves. So if you're listening to this and you're a city council person and you're considering on voting for this, just know we're not cool if you vote for this. I don't care what we had in the past. You vote for this shit, we ain't cool no more. You the ops. Remember that. Peace, y'all. Love you. God from Oakland. See you next time.
Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here.